Hello and welcome to Raven's Arcana. I am Raven, and this is going to be your daily tarot reading. We're going to focus on feelings and emotions. So this could be romantic, this could be how you feel about family, friends, and we'll just let the reading kind of take us on a journey here. As always, I hope everyone's hanging in there, doing well, and having a good week. And let's get into your reading. So let's see here. So we start off with the Six of Wands, followed by the Eight of Cups, and the Tower. So the Six of Wands is typically a celebration of victory based on your actions. And if we're focusing on feelings and emotions, I would say that you are on the right path. And we'll get deeper into the reading. Obviously, that's a vague statement. But I think you've had to turn your back actually on your feelings or emotions. Perhaps they've been a little overwhelming for you. And I think you've had an incident in your life that was a big change for you. So I think possibly you were required to take action, right? You feel better about turning your back, walking away from a certain relationship. Now, I don't know yet if this is a friendship or if it's a romantic relationship, maybe a connection with family, as I said in the beginning of the reading. But I definitely think you avoided a situation where it was going to come crumbling down for you. Now, the Tower seems to, at the moment, signify possibly a pause or an end of a relationship or a friendship or a connection at the moment. It could be that you're avoiding that for yourself internally. Let's get some more clarification. Yeah, so we have the Two of Wands. So I think through your kind of introspection and sifting through, if you will, your feelings and emotions, about this connection, this relationship, you have a new outlook on, you're holding the world in your hand in this card. You have a new outlook of how you, I think, have to protect yourself, and specifically your emotional stability. You almost have a new vision, a new pathway where you're telling yourself, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to allow people to affect me in this manner. And that has actually prompted you to avoid situations like this in the future. And I think this is all for self-preservation of your emotional state. And yeah, so with the King of Pentacles, you are taking control of your life, essentially. This is a big change for you. I think this is bigger than just this friendship, this connection, this relationship that you've been dealing with and you've had to kind of turn your back on. And I don't know if this is walking away from this person or just really reevaluating and maybe setting some ground rules. The King of Pentacles is authority over your physical existence. And you might come back to this person, you might reconnect with this person, but you have to set your own rules that protect you, right? You don't want to essentially do the same thing over and over again in this relationship, go through the same trials, go through the same possibly arguments and things of that nature that have contributed to you, not really getting enough out of the relationship to fulfill you emotionally. And underneath that King of Pentacles is Judgment. Yeah, you've really transformed the way that you think about friendships, and if this is a romantic relationship, about romantic relationships. Or if it's your family, how you're going to address them, how you're going to present yourself, what you're going to allow this person to know about you, to know about your feelings, what you think, and really holistically, what your part is in this type of relationship. This is a complete change with judgment on there, right? This is digging deep. And Pluto is the governing planet of judgment. That's from underneath. That's representative of your feelings that you don't typically show to a lot of people. That's the stuff you keep inside, deep within your soul. I do think with the Seven of Swords coming up, underneath the Six of Wands here, with that Seven of Swords, you're not going to be tricked anymore. You're not going to allow people, once again, to affect your emotions that way. And the Seven of Swords is having faith in yourself to recognize when people are being inauthentic to you, or possibly being deceitful towards you, and not giving you all the information, right? So this could be a friendship where somebody burned you. It could be a romantic relationship where someone just really wasn't honest about maybe their behavior, what they were doing, or really how they felt about you. And the same thing can apply to, a family member where you just, they broke your trust. I feel like someone broke your trust and you had to completely change the way that you process emotion. I think you've reeled it in a little bit where you're not going to expose everything about yourself. And once again, this is for self-preservation. We want to have pure emotions. We want to express ourselves authentically, but we also need to prepare for things to happen, especially if you've had deceitful people in your life. And we have to protect ourselves, right? We have to take care of ourselves first before we can enter into any kind of relationship. And we have death underneath the Eight of Cups. So this could be that whatever relationship you were in or are currently in and trying to figure out, this could be a complete ending of this relationship. It could also mean that as we talk about you transforming, right, and changing your whole perspective, the way you think, the way you embrace a relationship to avoid the crumbling down, essentially, of your emotions with the Tower. This might be, signifying that part of you, you're not going to allow, at least for a while, that portion of yourself to be observed by other people. You're going to keep some of that shit inside going forward. Once again, to protect yourself. But this specific relationship might be coming to an end. I mean, we have the Tower, we have the Death card, we have Judgment, which are all, representative sometimes of, unfortunately, endings, but they are new beginnings, right? That's what transformation is. Let's get some more clarification under the Tower. Yeah, so we have the Nine of Cups, and I call this the fat and happy with emotions. You're going to do things that make you happy. You're going to be joyful. And once again, when we talk about self-preservation and avoidance of shit coming down, crumbling down for you, going south, you are concentrating on yourself. And that's what the Nine of Cups is. The nine, that's fruition. That's happiness. That's joy. You're going to do things on your path, referencing the Eight of Cups. You're making yourself happy. At this moment, you don't need a friend, a partner, a family member in your life like that. That's possibly deceitful, that makes you feel a certain way, not happy, makes you unhappy, makes you sad, makes you depressed. And you're going to take care of yourself. You're going to go on a journey to figure out, and I think this is, really with the cape and the wand, taking action to do some work. I got to figure out me. I got to figure out who I am as an individual first before I enter in and really embrace and communicate and share myself with other people. Now, I don't think you're doing this on a level where you're cutting out all kinds of friends, I think you're maintaining friends that are really close to you. I think you have family members that are close to you. But if this is a romantic relationship, you might be taking a pause like, holy shit, I can't even deal with this right now. I need to deal with myself. Underneath the Two of Wands, we have the Ten of Swords. And we have a lot of transformation in here. And that could be, all these cards can be looked at as transformation or endings and beginnings, which is essentially what transformation is. So in your new vision, right, in your new outlook, as you have gained perspective and continue to gain perspective about what you want and who you want in your life as far as people and relationships, underneath that we have the Ten of Swords, right? An ending. I'm not dealing with this stress anymore. I'm not dealing, if it was deceitful, if it was lies, and it could be lies of omission with this behavior. I'm ending the way that I embraced this type of relationship. I'm not doing it anymore. I think you're doing a lot of soul searching. I think you're trying to figure out what makes you happy and focusing on that. And I think you feel free. So when we talk about the Six of Wands, you have a freedom within you that you are celebrating, that some type of burden, as you have turned your back or ended or walked away from this connection, this relationship, regardless of what type it is, you are unburdened. You feel victorious in a certain way. Now, there's a lot of work to do, and I'm sure you are sad, but you're focusing on yourself, which is most important. We have to be whole before we can share bits and pieces of ourselves. Let's get a little bit more clarification on here. So we have the Two of Pentacles, and we also have the Magician, which is, super awesome. So the Two of Pentacles is, juggling, and the Pentacles in this instance is essentially your existence, right? Your physical self. Right? I think you've had some worry, some stress, some anxiety along with this. And this is the juggle between a connection and yourself. So this is trying to balance. You want to get back. If this is a romantic relationship and you have sworn off love, or if you are, holy shit, like I can't even deal with this type of person anymore. I don't know, how I'm going to make new friends in the future or talk to this person in the future. This is you balancing your individual self and the self and portion of yourself that you give to other people in relationships. Now we have the Magician that I say we end the reading on. And the Magician is you having all the tools to move forward. So you are gathering information along the way. You are sifting through your experiences, how you want to interact, what you want to get out of relationships, how you're going to balance all that, right? So the Magician has the tools to balance themselves physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. And I think right now you are the Magician. And in that Eight of Cups, with that wand taking action, you are the Magician, cloaked, hidden. You're hiding yourself so you can work on yourself. You have removed yourself from a situation or certain situations and are really doing some inner work here. And I think you're taking control back, not allowing people to affect you in a certain way. And once again, this is self-preservation, avoiding the tower from coming down, which is you emotionally getting new perspective, gaining perspective, having a vision of how you want to be and who you want to spend your time with in relationships, focusing on making yourself happy, joyful, and really ending the way that you brought people in, how you interacted, how you emoted, what information you gave them, and possibly, I think there's a lot of trust issues here. and I think they're warranted, where you're really going to have to, have someone build trust. You're not going to go into this type of relationship anymore, this type of connection, and just blindly trust people. And yeah, no, I really think that you're making a great decision here to focus on yourself. And once again, we have to focus on ourselves, make sure we are whole before we give pieces of ourselves to other people. So, yeah. Well, thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. If you enjoy the video, you can give it a like. If you enjoy the content and are not subscribed, you can subscribe. You can also hit the notification bell if you want alerts on future content that I release. And absolutely take care of yourself and have an amazing rest of your day. All right.